Hey everybody, I am Jen. I am going to make for you today some vegan ceviche. If you're not familiar with ceviche, it originated in Latin America. It's actually the national dish of Peru, and it's normally made with fresh, very fresh seafood, and they cook it in lime juice. So the acid in the lime juice actually changes the protein in the fish and cooks it much like an oven would cook the fish. The problem is you have a very limited window that you can eat this, and you have to make sure it marinates long enough to cook the fish, and the fish has to be super fresh. There's a lot of complications. There's high risk of food poisoning if you're not careful. Luckily, we don't have to use animal products in this dish. And the first thing we're going to do is make some pickled onions. I have some very thinly sliced red onion here, and we are going to cook it or pickle it with lime juice, 2 tablespoons of lime juice. This is about a 1/4 cup of red onion. And a little bit of salt. That helps with the pickling process. It helps break down the onions and sweeten them up and take that raw onion flavor out and make it like a pickled onion. In the interest of time, I went ahead and I have already pickled some red onions. I have it all done. What you would normally do at home, you would pickle these, or you would put the lime juice and the salt on your onions and put it in the bottom of your bowl. And as you're prepping your other ingredients, you would just layer them on top. And when you're done, mix it all together. The onions have done their quick pickling process. But like I said, in the interest of time, I've done this ahead. But I'm going to go ahead and put that on the bottom of the bowl. So it is lime juice, salt, and red onion. And this is our fish part that would replace the fish that's normally used in a ceviche. This is hearts of palm that I have here chopped up. Now, if you're not familiar with hearts of palm, I'm going to tell you, it normally comes in a brine. You can find it either in a jar or in a can. It's in the canned vegetable section, so usually by the artichoke hearts. And it is actually taken from a certain variety of palm tree. They cut down the stalks and cut down the palm and then take out the center stalks, and then they brine it. And it is a very low flavor profile, so it's easy to manipulate into all these great flavors, which is why it's a great substitute in this dish. But they're a wonderful thing. They're great to add to your salads because these three, this is about 3.5 ounces or almost 100 grams of hearts of palm, 3 of them. And that's only 35 calories right there. But it has 4 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber. It has less than 1 gram of fat. It also has about 38% of your potassium requirements for the day, 70% of your copper requirements, 36% of your zinc. So it's loaded with great stuff, very low calorie, and it's a great addition to anything that you want to add it to. I love it. Anyway, so I have taken these stalks and I cut them down the center, and sort of like a half moon, and then did them in larger portions because it's representing the fish that would normally go in this dish. So I'm going to put that on top. About a cup of cucumbers, which I have quartered and thinly sliced. And then I have about a cup of diced tomato, and I've seeded these tomatoes so it doesn't add a lot of extra juice to the dish. And one of my favorite summer flavors is cilantro, which is interesting because it is a cold weather herb, but it's so interesting how we use it all the time in summer dishes. It also calls for half a jalapeno, but same with the cilantro and everything we're adding. Add it to your taste. Now the only spice I'm adding is a little bit of coriander for flavor besides the salt. I'm also going to add some avocado. Now this is an optional ingredient to add. Normally ceviche has olive oil in it, which a lot of people like that mouthfeel of the oil. And so the avocado is a very creamy texture, so it does add that mouthfeel to your dish, but you're also getting all the fiber and the nutrients with it, as opposed to when you're using an oil. And there's lots of optional ingredients you can put in this dish. A daikon radish is really good if you finally chop it up, or you can use a regular red radish. They're easier to find in the grocery store for you. Jicama, which is sort of a tropical root vegetable, is a wonderful thing. It's brown. You've seen it in the grocery store. It's big and brown, and it kind of looks like a potato. If you peel that and dice up the flesh, it kind of has like an apple taste and texture to it, but not as sweet. So that's a great addition to this. I'm going to add some mango to this because we love mango, and this is going to sweeten the dish up a little bit too. So So I'm going to put, this is about a cup of mango in there. And so that's really it. Look at all those beautiful colors. I'm just going to stir it up. And what I'm doing now is I'm spreading that lime juice around on everything. And fortunately, we're making this ahead, which you want to do to get the flavors to meld a little bit. There's enough lime juice in there to keep your avocado from browning. But you'll want to cover this and put it in the refrigerator for about a half hour. Just let the flavors meld. But this is so good, made the day ahead. It lasts for quite a few days. Look at this beautiful, beautiful salad. So you can serve it as a salad for dinner. A lot of places will serve ceviche in these little appetizer cups. It's so pretty and fun. And you can serve that with tostita chips or just like that. I love taking it and putting it on a hearty piece of lettuce and wrapping it up like a sort of like a taco, which you can use. So get a whole wheat tortilla, put it in there and use it as a taco dish. But it's healthy, it's refreshing, it's cool. You'll feel like you're sitting on the beach of Mexico eating this wonderful dish in the summer, and no cooking required, and so easy to throw together. So I hope you give it a try and enjoy it as much as I enjoy it.